Welcome to Mueller Time, episode 8.
We're up to number 8, right on.
That's crazy.
All right, we're back.
When was the last time you completed 8 of anything in a row?
I completed 8. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, good question.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, no, we're both follow through type of guys, but it's it is a lot of work. Thanks for good.
I've gone 4 weeks without eating pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can think of a number of things that are not
That's
appropriate
not
for this podcast. So we're just going to leave that out, but this is Hollywood. Thanks for following us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. What am I leaving out? Stitcher.
Okay.
Especially thank you guys on Reddit.
Oh, yeah, our Reddit buddies.
And if you guys could continue reviewing us and just, I don't know, posting. If you're, like I said, if you're a Reddit user, post something. Just, the best kind of publicity is people who honestly like what you're doing.
You want to troll us? You can do that too. We're happy to engage with you.
You can troll us too. Like, oh man, now I forgot his name. The guy what was his name?
I forgot it too. Well, look, we
last week
borderline doxed him last week, so he's off the hook. He was last week.
You know what's funny? My buddy who lives in Tampa, he was like, "You want me to cruise by the office?"
No, see that's bad. Now you're crossing a line. No.
Oh no, he was just joking.
Yeah, and we have our own Twitter accounts. Mr. Chris Carey at Twitter at Mr. Chris Carey. Yeah, what is it?
And you can find me at Eric LeVay, EricLevai. Seriously, please do reach out and I don't know, just send a message. It'd be kind of cool.
And of course, there's the Mueller Time Facebook page.
That's right. So today is Monday.
It's only Monday.
So Mueller just, Mueller just dropped, or rather the New York Times dropped the entire list of questions that Mueller wants to ask.
Okay, before we talk about the questions, is this the first thing to leak from Mueller's office?
Well, that's a great question because the article, as usual, they've kind of buried the lead. But I don't know if you got it. Is this just dropped? So did you get a chance to?
I didn't read the whole thing. Yeah. I heard Rachel Maddow's commentary about it.
It says very clearly this was not given to us by the Trump legal team. So you are wondering.
Oh wow, that was buried. Okay,
it's almost at the bottom.
Whoa, there is a leaker. Well, in Mueller's office now.
You never know though with these reporters, they can be cagey because there may be some way that they're. I don't know. That could mean it doesn't mean it came from Mueller. There might be some other thing that we don't know about.
Or is Mueller playing 4D chess?
Like Trump does.
Yeah, like Trump.
Like they say.
Well, because there's not a lot of questions about collusion. It's all about obstruction of justice. Now, there's a handful of stuff. There's questions about Manafort's and what he knew about Manafort putting the deals in during the convention for the Ukraine.
It's also very interesting because I didn't know that much about this stuff, but the questions are not. It's not like yes or no stuff. They're clearly questions designed for a person to get a person talking. A lot of it, like it was fascinating to read. Like it's about your state of mind. Like when you saw, there's literally a question in there. When you saw, I don't know, when you heard about Michael Flynn, might be a little, not a little, but when he was compromised, what did you think about? Like things like that, like almost like a psychiatrist is asking me. And I could tell what it is to get you talking.
Well, and then you have to assume Mueller knows the answers to all of these already.
Right. That's ask any lawyer. They'll tell you don't ask a question unless you know the answer, which was actually got me really excited.
And as I don't know if it was Rachel or one of her guests tonight was pointing out, they're not going to question Trump himself until everybody else involved has been questioned. He gets questioned last.
Right. It's so insane that you talk about two justice systems, and people have often talked about that. Who else which one among us could set the terms of a, it's like, tell the police, I'll come in for questioning when I feel like it, officer.
White privilege.
It is.
No, that's a elite oligarch privilege.
Well, his presidency is the ultimate, how do you say his name? Ta-Nehisi Coates, the writer. He's the first white president. Genius. It was a genius article. That title alone, and which is true. He's the first president specifically elected because he was white, and there's nothing else.
Wow.
There's no other reason.
Bill Clinton was the first black president.
Yeah, I know. People used to say that, man. Yeah, the guy, he had his positives and negatives, but I mean,
oh, come on. Andrew Jackson was damn white.
You think he was? I don't even know who ran against Andrew Jackson. So
wasn't he president when all the Indians were killed?
Oh yeah,
natives. Excuse me.
I'm not saying there weren't like.
I'm going way back too far.
No, but I mean, I'm not saying there weren't like super like racist white people. I mean, every president except for Obama was white. But what was genius about that Ta-Nehisi Coates article was that he pointed out that he is the first president elected because he's white. Mm-hmm. Like it was just such a great article. A little long.
Yeah.
Really long.
Well, so when does Trump get to answer these questions?
It's a great question. Your guess is as good as mine.
I just keep hoping they find something in one of Michael Cohen's 16 old dead bricked cell phones that will give them reason to say, all right, we don't need to negotiate. You're coming with us.
So because Trump is stuck in the 1980s, he's having his douchebag friend David Pecker smear Michael Cohen. I don't know if you saw this.
I don't know if I saw this one. What's going on?
The Inquirer today was like, Cohen, like, it's like, wow, dude.
The Inquirer is throwing Cohen under the bus now?
Well, it's Trump.
Of course. I'm very aware of that.
Yeah.
That means they're freaked out that he's going to flip. Cohen has no choice. He's going to.
I heard they asked Cohen about that, and he basically was like, yeah. Like, he acknowledged that Trump is throwing him under the bus. It's like, well, what's he going to do? He's going to protect himself.
Yeah, he has to.
I don't get why Trump would do that. I guess maybe he knows he can't stop it. They got him.
Wow.
They got everything.
All right. Well, because I've been saying the past few weeks now, it's only Monday. These questions came out at 5 p.m. tonight. What's going to happen on Friday?
I don't know. But maybe when we increase the budget, we'll be here every day.
Okay. Well, last week I brought this up when we were chatting online during the week. When we were going off in the It's Only Monday, I briefly brought up, Kanye West is now the favorite darling of the right.
You did.
And that blew up the rest of the week.
You are the Doc Brown.
But did you see this tweet from Kanye over the weekend?
There were
My hero, Emma Gonzalez. They don't know what the right doesn't know what to think about that one.
Yeah. He just, hey, let's go into,
okay.
It's all good though. Let's go into today's, douchebag of the week.
Chris. Oh, well, yeah, that was a fun one. I really enjoy reading right-wing internet troll blogs.
And let me just say, because these people are so incredibly irrelevant, let's just do the fun, the 1 minute summary.
Okay. So the Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire, that's my favorite right-wing nutjob blog to read. Well, they had their a writer named Emily Zanotti. She writes for them almost daily.
We've never heard it. This is the first time I've heard of her, and hopefully the last.
Oh, well, I'm familiar with her. She's one of the regular writers for Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire.
By the way, writer, I know this is a podcast. You guys
aggregator.
That's good. I was going to say quotation marks, but yes, this person is not a writer.
No, she's an aggregator, correct. Right. She takes other people. Well, this incident is really a big portion of that. Okay, so Emily Zanotti was tasked with writing about the White House Correspondents' Dinner and Michelle Wolff's performance on Saturday night.
We definitely have to get into that after you explain why Emily Zanotti is the douchebag of the week.
So I read her review, or her story, or her aggregated piece, and she had the same complaints as everybody else. But she had one line in there, in her story, that was just full-on false.
She lied. I'm sorry, I don't want to tell the story.
So I got on Twitter, and I wrote this tweet. Question for @RealDailyWires, @Ben Shapiro, and @Emily Zanotti. Why fabricate #fake news about the White House Correspondents' Dinner? And then I took a screenshot and I quoted the thing in particular. And she wrote, Michelle Wolff, looking straight at Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders, said she was excited that Sanders was finally able to go to prom. Well, you know what? That never happened. She did not look at Sarah Sanders and say those words. She did not say those words at all on Saturday night at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Because she didn't watch it.
Well, so she, Emily Zanotti, replied to me right away, like within minutes on Twitter, and she wrote back to me, replying to @Mr. Chris Carey, sorry, she said that in a pre-taped interview, period. Fixed, period. All right, well, I immediately then went and looked, and it wasn't fixed yet, but I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. It was fixed within about a half hour. So I went and looked at it, and she attributed it to a pre-taped interview. So I got back on Twitter one more time and said, was Press Secretary Sanders in the pre-taped interview with Michelle Wolff? If not, how did you come up with the looking straight at Sanders part?
It was reported in because it was in some other, she just found some other blog.
Okay, basically. Michelle Wolff had that quote ahead of time doing pre-press for the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
There you go.
But how did Daily Wire writer Emily Zanotti come up with looking straight at Sanders. And so when I asked that question on Twitter, I looked back a few minutes later and I had been blocked by Emily Zanotti on Twitter.
Ben Shapiro is a fake personality. The Daily Wire is a fake newspaper. And Emily Zanotti, you are the douchebag of the week. And guys, I recommend if you ever want to laugh, go check out that whatever his thing is, the Daily Wire.
Oh, that is my favorite right-wing nut job blog.
But seriously, it's totally fake, and Chris called him out.
Yeah, and I got blocked for it.
So,
White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I thought at first Michelle Wolff's routine, I would give it like as a professional, comedy writer and somebody who does this for a living, I would give it a 7. Okay. Then when I saw the response, I upgraded it to a 10.
There you go.
Had to upgrade it to a 10.
Absolutely.
We need to put together I'm not even talking about right wingers. We need to put together a response list of the journalists, many who I don't like anyway.
I have a theory about that. Even the left-wing journalists that we saw, such as Maggie Haberman, that came out not necessarily defending Sarah Huckabee Sanders, but kind of shaming the vulgarity of Michelle Wolff. Well, people like Maggie Haberman need press secretary as their anonymous source.
Yeah. They were it's actually scary because Maggie Haberman, who's even one of the people who wrote, she's one of the biggest Times reporters.
She just won a Pulitzer Prize.
She wrote a fake, I hate to say it, but it's fake news on Twitter about Sarah Sanders. She said she was mocked for her looks. That is a lie. It's not true. We saw the whole thing in full. It was really actually scary to see these reporters seeing it that way.
Okay, here's my thing about my feelings about whether or not Sarah Huckabee Sanders was mocked for her looks. Well, she wasn't. The crack was about her eyeshadow.
Right.
I think a lot of people originally heard the word fat instead of facts.
Oh, you think so?
When Michelle Wolff was telling the joke.
Huh.
I can't remember the joke verbatim, but I'm going to give him a little bit of a benefit of the doubt on that. One of the arguments also for yes, she was fat shaming her, was the comparison to the softball coach. Now, I'm not trying to say all softball coaches are fat, but that was the subtext. And then there was the comparison to the character on The Handmaid's Tale, who is also a heavyset woman, but the context had more to do with how she was this woman lying to the people.
It was only criticizing her looks if that's what you want it to be. That's clear that those people who did that's what they want it to be, and they're gonna push that.
Yeah. Now Michelle Wolff was easily more vicious, more striking than any other comic that's been booked at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Yeah.
But what the hell? Anyone complaining about her is a snowflake, especially the ones that voted for Trump.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, guys, it's time for another episode of Border Patrol.
Uh-oh.
Now, we're a little bit upset, actually, Mueller Time listeners, because, as you know, last week we exposed one Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Oh, wait, I think I'm confusing my segments. But anyway, we exposed him, and he's still in the country. So clearly none of you have called called ICE. By the way, if you do want to still call ICE on that fake real Nazi, fake government official, Seb Gorka, I got the tip line number.
Oh, wow. What is it?
The ICE HSI, I have no idea what that stands for. Tip line, 866-347-2423.
Let's put that up on Twitter.
But here's what I really want to get into. I found another bad hombre.
Oh, really?
You're not going to believe this.
Who?
And unlike Seb Gorka, this one is still in the White House.
Who?
Well, it's a female. She's about 50-something years old. Came here to America on a tourist visa, but then worked.
Yeah.
Said she was a model, but there's very little history of that.
Oh, we've seen pictures of that.
Oh, that's true. We did see a little bit. Folks, today's episode of Border Patrol highlights one Melania Trump, a bad hombre, broke our nation's laws, and by the way, it gets worse. I can't even say this, Chris. You know what she's been doing?
What's she been doing?
They call it chain migration.
Oh, that's right. Her parents are here. Yeah.
They're not contributing. They don't work.
No.
They're older people who aren't putting anything in to the society. So if you guys get a chance, go ahead and call the ICE anonymous tip line at 866-347-2423 and let them know that one Melania Trump has got to go.
Send Melania Naus and her Naus parents. That's her real last name,
right.
I think. Knauss. Send Melania Naus and family back.
Yeah, back to Slovenia.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great stuff there.
There are people down at the border that have been walking across the entire continent to get into our border. Get Melania and her family out of here. Make room for them.
So, I know, right? It's so wrong. Speaking of which, by the way, I never tell Chris about these bits because that way the reactions are better.
Okay, good.
With everything going on in the news, especially you guys heard about some of the incidents involving the public and the police. How would you like to play a game show?
Okay.
Welcome to Should I Call the Police?
Okay, I'm into this. All right.
Today's guest is Chris Carey.
Howdy.
Chris, where are you from?
I'm from Hollywood.
Okay. Chris, how would you like to play Should I Call the Police?
I'm down with this game. I've played it in real life, so yeah.
Okay. Question 1. Mm-hmm. You're at Starbucks. Mm-hmm. You see a man go into the bathroom, but he didn't buy anything. Should you call the police?
What color is his skin?
There goes the bit.
Oh, did I just?
No. There's no format here. No. Let's say for hypothetical, you don't know.
Okay, well, no, I don't pay attention to people's bathroom habits.
Thank you. Right. Isn't that really the answer?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you're the manager and you're a racist, yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Okay, well, if you listen to our podcast 8 weeks in a row now, you probably figured out Eric and I are neighbors. I've had to actually decide, well, do I call the police or not, right here at our building.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had to think, well, maybe not, because what are the cops going to do to this person when they show up?
I remember that one time. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, no, there was a crazy dude like trying to get in the building and ringing every buzzer at the front entrance. And someone else in our building called the police. The police never showed up anyway. But my feeling was, well, what are they going to do to this guy? Do I want to call? Are they going to shoot this guy? And then how would I feel the rest of my life for that?
By the way, I'm like the opposite. Somebody's fucking around in my building, I'll call the cops right away. I don't give a damn what they do to them. They're doing their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I was at a party last summer in what used to be known as South Central LA.
By the way, Chris, remember we're still playing the game show.
There we are. This is that. Oh. And it was a loud, noisy party on a Saturday night. And I asked the hostess, oh, aren't you worried about your neighbors? And she said, black people don't call the cops on each other.
What?
Yeah, that's what she said. I was concerned, I was just worried we were making too much noise at her party. And she said, don't worry, black people don't call the cops on each other.
I mean, I'm aware of the issues with the black community and the police, but I don't understand because the party was mixed, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but the neighborhood was predominantly black.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
This is a friend of mine, lives not far from Florence and Normandy. And yeah, we were having a great time at her party. Yeah, and I was like, I'm not used to that. I'm always afraid if I'm at a big loud house party that someone's going to call the cops on us.
Speaking of which, Chris Carey, question number 2.
Okay.
Or should I call the police?
Okay.
Okay. You're at a Waffle House. No, you're the manager of a Waffle House. A woman asks for some plastic utensils, but says she will not pay for them. Should you call the police?
Yeah, absolutely. Call the police on. Yeah, call the police on that Cracker Barrel and then charge and get them in trouble. Come on, plastic. That's part of the to-go order.
How do you even? It's like I'm trying to even say this stuff with a straight face. Mm-hmm. All right, this is the last one.
There's more. Okay,
there's one more.
All right.
All right. Question 3. Now this is for the daily triple. I don't know. If you get this, you get I don't know, whatever. We'll come up with some prizes. You're golfing. You're golfing. 3 women are ahead of you, but they're golfing a little. I know. They're golfing a little too slow. Should you call the police?
All right. All so joking aside, every one of these incidents, why are our tax dollars going for security for private businesses?
As you guys already know, I know people are listening to this from all across the world. These are, in case the news didn't get out, these are all 3 incidents that have happened in the last month.
Come on. Anyone listening to this, they're not under rocks. They know what we're talking about.
Well, but there's people all over Australia, people.
And the Seychelles, or how do you pronounce that?
And But I mean, it's so insane that it does make a great game show.
Okay, but no, really, why was the Philadelphia police involved in the situation at Starbucks? Why doesn't Starbucks have their own private security? That's a private security incident. That's not a police incident.
Well, I couldn't agree more. It's actually the definition of a private. That's why because the police have more important things to do.
No, it's not like it's some shoestring budget mom and pop coffee shop. It's Starbucks.
Well, when I worked there, they basically they would occasionally have some kind of security if it was a big event, but basically they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, well, that's a problem. That's why are our tax dollars going to protect Starbucks?
Right, and it's not like the cops. I mean,
now, look, if someone comes in with a gun and is trying to hold the place up, of course, that's for the. But what's just someone that's been in there for 2 minutes and used the bathroom before they ordered? Come on.
Right. That's why it's so funny to even say those questions out loud in the form of a game show.
Okay, but it's even worse is the golf country club. Right. I mean, come on, that's a country club. That's not even like a Starbucks.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of which, how have you? So this is true. Mike fucking Pence has been living on our street for 3 days. The motherfucker. He's staying at the hotel.
Oh, we got this brand new fancy hotel in our neighborhood, and Vice President Pence is there.
Traffic's actually, I went in there. The Secret Service was pretty cool. Had a drink at the bar. Kind of never really saw those guys, and that was kind of cool. Very professional. They were friendly, but just Pence being in our neighborhood.
Why our neighborhood? Why that hotel?
It's crazy too because that hotel is it's like this hip rock and roll thing.
Yeah.
So you're like, why? Like
there's got to be a reason. He probably knows one of the rich people that built the place.
It could be, or just maybe it's some security issue.
Trump's got hotels in the greater Southern California because it's not like he was doing business in Hollywood. He's here to go look at the border wall.
Well, he also went to JPL out in Pasadena.
Okay.
So but yeah, no, I have no idea why they picked that hotel.
Yeah. I've been walking a lot, so it didn't really impact me. I did make a point they were allowing pedestrians to go down the street where this hotel is located. Cars could not. Yeah, I just walked down. Nobody batted an eye at me. I didn't really go look or anything.
Yeah, today they had more security. I noticed it.
Is he gone yet? It's been like he's been all weekend, and now it's Monday, and he's still here.
Yeah, I was actually surprised.
He's got to be gone tomorrow. There's no way he's going to still be here Tuesday.
Yeah, wasn't he? Didn't he have to go to like church today or something? It's a church day. Oh no, we did it Monday. My bad. I forgot because I took the day off. Yeah, I went to the zoo.
Oh, I saw your check-in on Facebook from there. Yeah,
it was great. It was great to not think about, Robert Mueller or Trump or just anything, just for a couple hours. I mean, I had my phone on, but there's really no service there.
How's the LA Zoo these days? I haven't been for a few years.
It's great, man. I'm a member.
Okay,
so I enjoy going. Sometimes I go just to get exercise.
Great place to a lot of it's hills there, so it's on the side of the Griffith Park Hills. So yeah, you could exercise walking around.
It was fantastic.
The last time I went, there was one really cool thing and one really kind of bummer thing. I went. There was a 3-week-old hippo that was born, and so yeah, we saw a 3-week-old hippo. But then there was a cage that had an enormous condor, and this condor looked incredibly sad. It was just up against the side of the cage with its wings out, all full 15 feet span. But
when was that?
2013 maybe.
2013.
Yeah,
because I they have very few cages there, and
yeah, this was a giant condor in a big. I mean, it's a large size cage.
That doesn't work at all.
I mean, maybe there was a reason. Maybe it was injured. I don't know, but it was like clinging to the side of the cage with its wingspan just fully out. It was incredible looking, but
that wouldn't work.
It just like, why is that bird in there?
Yeah, no, they don't have anything like that. I wouldn't be a member as someone who's pretty active in that kind of animal.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. If they're keeping a giant condor in a cage, I hope there's a very good reason.
Sounds like something Trump would do.
Yeah. Oh,
I heard that was hilarious. This dumb motherfucker wanted to have a movie studio. That's like right out of a satire.
Wait, like years ago or now?
Years ago, he sent Michael Cohen, not that long ago, down to Miami to pitch this movie. It was like, no, literally Trump Studios. Can you imagine? Hollywood is already a business that's full of frauds. I can only imagine what Trump Studios would have been like.
Oh, wow. If that worked out, things would be very different for Stormy Daniels.
Well, if he'd actually made it, Hollywood is really where a guy like Trump belonged in the first place.
Well, yeah, and he was doing fine with The Apprentice. Why did he have to go step it up?
Yeah, no, because I guess Yeah, no, I don't know. Well,
Ego driven. The ego is such a frightening thing if you don't have control of your own.
yeah. I mean, I forget. Did we even mention the Fox interview where he was ranting like a lunatic?
Oh no, we did not talk about Fox and Friends, his daily morning briefing call that was actually aired live this time.
Yeah, have you ever?
They cut him off.
Yeah, they cut him off because they were hostages.
Oh, I'm sure you have a million things to do, Eric. We got to go.
It was amazing, and I think he probably in his head kind of knew that he got cut off, but I think he just
well, no,
loves
he
them.
even acknowledged it when Brian Kilmeade said, "I'm sure you have a million things to do." No, don't. And he kind of talked over him, but he actually acknowledged, "No, I could stay on the phone," and they didn't let him stay.
It's like
It's the president. You don't cut off the president. I don't care if it's Trump. You let him ramble.
Yeah, it's like cutting off your girlfriend or something, or just somebody you don't want to talk to.
Well, as all the various coverage I saw of it, it was basically described as they cut him off like he was the crazy right-wing radio caller that calls in every day, and they had to just do whatever they had to do to get him off the phone.
Yeah, I mean, this has been pointed out multiple times that he is the Fox News viewer. He's a 71-year-old angry, deranged lunatic who sits in a room all day in the same clothes with a cheeseburger and just fucks around on my tax dollars.
Oh, man.
But he is. Do you know there's a documentary on how Fox News drove this woman's parents insane?
Oh, geez. What's that? Is that's not Outfoxed, is it? That's a different one.
No, that's very good too. Okay. No, this is like a more human interest.
Wow.
And literally, but yeah, by the end, they're insane.
So sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had, we all know those people. Mm-hmm. This girl I went to college with was telling me that her parents are now insane, partially because of Fox News. But yeah, so they cut them off. They look like, I've never seen hostages like I guess maybe like that's what a SWAT team guy would see if he looked through the window of a building it was like Die Hard. Did you look at their faces?
Well, yeah, they didn't know what to do. You could see it on Brian Kilmeade and Steve Ducey. You could see it in their faces. They knew that Trump was just running his mouth.
Steve Ducey.
Steve Ducey of the week.
That's too easy.
Yeah, you could tell that they knew he was stepping in it, and they don't have the nerve to. I mean, they can't. They can't stop him.
I heard on one thing that they said Rupert Murdoch personally made a call and said, "End this."
Wow. Okay.
I heard.
Who's reporting that?
I don't remember who it was, but it was a reputable. It might have been Lawrence O'Donnell.
Oh, okay.
But I absolutely believe that.
Well, that's the only thing that makes sense because as goofy as you think the Fox and Friends people are, they got the president on the line. They don't want it to get the president off the line because that's ratings gold, especially Trump being crazy. Trump at his peak.
Well, they say wait till the next one, because he wants to. Yeah,
he said he wants to.
It's going to be totally code red. It's going to be 100% Jack Nicholson. Yeah, I colluded with Russia. Thanks, Mr. President. We've got to go. I mean.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like that.
Well, do they do it again? That was such a disaster. Does it happen again?
Yeah, they'll do it again.
Well,
I think so.
I'm sure Trump wants to, but
on a time delay.
Got to put the president on time delay. Wow.
I think they'll put him on a time delay. Yeah.
Right. Do we get Sarah Huckabee Sanders in the briefing room tomorrow?
Chris, it's Sarah Fuckabee Sanders.
Okay.
Or Cuckabee. Oh, and let me tell you guys. I know we talked about this. I want to tell you guys something again. Michelle Wolff did not make fun of her fucking looks.
No, she didn't.
I'm a professional comedy writer. I'm not trying to be douchey about it. I'm saying that this is what I do. Those jokes, none of them, even though I had to look up what smoky eyeshadow is because I'm a guy, and it turns out that's actually a compliment.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's absurd. Okay? Mm-hmm. My only issue with whatever. So yeah.
Well, they're calling her. It was called X-rated and completely vulgar. She dropped F-bombs. I loved hearing the F-bombs on MSNBC. That was kind of cool. But she hit hard, but she was not X-rated and vulgar.
Absolutely not.
No.
And there was nothing there. I'd be the first person because I'm not as a comedian, I'm not into attacking people's looks.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my thing. It's not most comedians' thing.
Look, she hit Hillary pretty hard too. She had a joke in there, which was what? Oh, okay. I'm lame trying to remember someone's joke, but she had a joke that basically said Hillary never went to Michigan. Now that was the punchline. Now I didn't give it the whole joke, so
I remember. I remember the joke.
Like she gave. We have this discussion sometimes. She hit Rachel Maddow for never getting to the point.
Oh well, that cartoon in the beginning that was hilarious.
That in that one too, yes. But Michelle Wolff had that in her.
I laughed. That was no. She hit a couple people.
She did.
I mean,
look at Kellyanne and Sarah Huckabee Sanders and Trump got hit the hardest.
Yeah, By the way,
But those snowflakes couldn't handle it.
No.
They couldn't handle it.
No, it's a very it's like watching the Oscars in a way. Like it's people with no sense of humor.
Yeah.
And all the by the way, all the real reporters, they're not fucking there. All the ones that we like, they're not there.
Well, that's the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Right.
There's different cliques, or I don't know if cliques is the right word. There's just a different line of journalism. So yeah,
These people need to lighten the fuck up and just. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It can't already be said. And I hope Sarah Sanders went home, and I hope she was crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure she was.
Well, there was truth. There's full-on truth in the jokes that Michelle Wolff laid at Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Sarah, let me tell you guys something. Not you, but just the collective.
Our audience.
Sarah Sanders was asked a question. For anyone who feels sorry for her, she was once asked a question, do you think that the allegations of 24 women who were sexually assaulted by Donald Trump are true? No.
Yeah.
So fuck her.
Okay, I'm with you.
Oh, I know you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm just getting riled myself up like Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah, I know. Since it was Trump, they're all liars. Every one of them.
Yeah, 24 women. Yeah, I'm sure. Right. Yeah. I'm sure all the women
That we know of.
Right, that we know of. Yeah, and I'm sure the 85 women that with Bill Cosby, I'm sure that's all. You know what I mean? It's like it's absurd. Mm-hmm. The whole thing it was absurd.
Yeah, Bill Cosby, man, he's going away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, like they say, don't do the crime.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Did we miss anything?
I'm sure we did.
Yeah, we always do. But there's another week, and God knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's only Monday. We're gonna be collecting plenty of material to pick apart next Monday night.
All right, guys. Well, as always, appreciate you listening. This is Eric and Chris here at Mueller Time, and have a great week.
Thanks for tuning in.